Hi, Scorpio. What a lucky month June of 2025 is for you, Scorpio, sun, moon, and rising. You're going to be lucky in love and committed romantic endeavors. Yes, as well as kind of having a superior glow up when it comes to anything to do with travel, foreign lands, foreign shores, book publishing, or even just being on purpose and feeling like life is rewarding you for all of your hard work at last. We're going to talk about how this month has a huge energy shift from last month, even the month before, as four planets change signs and make a huge difference in how you're feeling, especially given two of those planets, Jupiter and Venus, are moving into places of great power and dignity. And this is a really good energy for your long-term committed love stories, as well as new romance starting up for you. Welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Lori Lothy, and I am using the Western Tropical Zodiac. Yes, whole sign houses, fixed stars, and minor asteroids are part of my regular content on my channel. If you want to subscribe or come aboard, I'd love to have you here on the regular. Today's video, we're going to go chronologically through your sign, through the month for your sign. Sun sign is about career and purpose. Moon is about home and home-based matters, whereas your rising sign is anything circumstantially in your life, for that is your avatar in the simulation, your game player in the movie of life. So it's like not the game player, the avatar, the game player is your sun. Oh, it's been a long day of video recording. So let's get going, shall we? I do promote something every time I put these videos out. I hope you don't mind. I just want you to know that if you want to be your own astrologer and time your best life, my Sky Reader class is starting in July. It's 6 weeks long. It's live. It's the sixth time I've taught this course. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's good for you to learn the basics of your natal chart and be able to make use of some very simple and easy astrological timing tools. Yes, we cover the basics, but we also use some ancient tools that are quite easy to learn as well. All right, so in the description box below is the course description. In the description box under the video is the early bird discount waitlist. So you get an early bird discount code to sign up before the general public. All right, so let's get rolling and talk about the sky. Holy man. First of all, I'm going to show you the sky so we can track together this story. First of all, what you need to know is Scorpios. We begin the month, and I need to move forward because I'm still in May. It's going to be a good first week. It's going to be a great first week. I think everyone's going to like the first week of June as a general principle, right? And why? Because when we get into the beginning of the month, Venus is healing a chironic wound as she co-joins Chiron that you've been feeling probably on and off since 2019. Maybe you don't feel like your health is the best. Maybe addictions have been hard for you to break. Maybe with Chiron in your sixth house here, you've been struggling with work that doesn't feel true to you. Like you got a job, but it's not your thing, and the work isn't really satisfying you. And Venus and Chiron are co-joined while they flow to Mars in your 10th house. And like, let's just say a spade. You might want to make some changes in your work, whether it's a career change or a job change. Something's got to give. And early June shows you some love, and Venus says, yeah, we can heal that wound. Let's figure it out together. We can get rid of that addiction. We can change your health habits as well. Now, once we see Venus in the Chironic conjunction, which is June 1st, 2nd, 3rd, then she's very active right away in a sextile to Jupiter, the greater benefic. Certainly, Venus and Jupiter in a love of sextile energy means lucky good things for you when it comes to chunky money and debt relief. So this is a great sky for you to actually be able to suddenly have enough funds to pay off a debt coming through your sky around this time. I mean, who knows how you're paying it off, but you can do it. You might also have an inheritance, a tax rebate, a chunk of money from a sign-on bonus or severance package, royalty income or ad income, suddenly picking up speed in your work. All of this Venus and Jupiter stuff is good for work and money stories, as well as improvements in your health. Could also be very positive for getting a pet with Pluto down here. And so you might get a new pet. You might feel like it's a reincarnation of your old pet that could show up as well. Now, when we keep on looking at the story, I would say applying for a loan or applying for some kind of lending situation can be very positive as well. As we move forward and we take a look at June the 6th, June the 6th, Mercury negotiates positive commercial successes, maybe, with Mars. Mercury is like, I want these medical benefits. I want this kind of financial compensation from my career. Now, Mars tends to cut, end, and sever stuff. So I don't know what he's doing here, but he's also directional. Maybe you're going to make a change of direction in your work or career, and it's going to impact your finances in a positive way. Maybe you can be negotiating something. That works as well. Maybe you could be having a contractual negotiations for your work, and it's kind of behind the scenes, but it's all going to be favoring you thanks to Jupiter. That's always great too. If you're retired, this is good for retirement monies, retirement plans, retirement from your career, and good outcomes coming through. And again, the time frame we're talking about most specifically here is going to be around June 4th, 5th, and 6th. On June the 6th, Venus will transfer her lovely powers from your 6th house of health and work and pets and rental properties over to your 7th house of love and commitment, long-term relationship. Now, I would say Scorpios who are single, Venus's transit here is very beneficial for dating if you're looking for a relationship, not a fling. And so as Venus is loving up your 7th house and giving you the possibility of a commitment in love through to July the 4th, it's auspicious dating time for you. So I like dating time for you even better, by the way, once Jupiter ingresses into Cancer. So I'd even say June the 10th to July 4th, I would say start dating, have fun. Already married, already connected, well, it's going to bring some luck to your significant other. They're going to have positive, lucky breakthroughs and sudden, exciting developments thanks to Uranus, but also the relationship can have more flow, more fun, more gentleness, more kindness, more friendship, and more ease. It can give you a nice feeling about the marriage or the relationship. If it has been lacking, it's going to improve, mostly perhaps because the temperament of your person is also improving. That could be very much they're just feeling good about their life. With Venus here, women who are powerful and influential and important and in good shape come into your life to benefit you in many ways, in any way possible. And Venus exalts your romance house. So when she's in this part of the sky, your sex life is going to pick up. Whether you're new to the relationship or you've been around for a long time, this is going to give you a real sexy, fun time with your significant other. It's summer of love. Summer love and had me some fun. Your love life is going to pick up one way or the other. Yes, it will. June the 6th through until July 4th. Now, as we continue to move ourselves into the future, you'll notice that Mercury and Jupiter become one at the 29th degree of your 8th house of chunky money. This is an inheritance house. You've had a kind of chunky money could befall you inheritance transit for a year now. It's coming to a close. So this could be a very exciting, sudden breakthrough energy, sudden information or news coming to you that kind of, because of where Uranus is sitting, you didn't expect it. It may be some good financial news coming through from your significant other as well, but you just don't maybe see it coming, a little blindsided, but positive blindsided, like, whoa, this chunk of money is amazing. Where'd this come from? May connect to work and may connect to debts, an unexpected chunk of money that allows you to pay off a debt as well. And it's kind of the last gift that Jupiter can pass you before he moves into the next sign. So say yes and take the gift and smile kindly at your benefactor. Jupiter moves forward and leaves the sign of Gemini, where he's been for a year. And now we'll spend a whole year starting on June 9th, 10th, is time zone dependent in your 9th house. And this 9th house is a house of God. Well, it's very much about the pulpit here. And so some of you may pursue spiritual truth, meditation, go to church, find a spiritual path in the next year. But it's also an education house, and Jupiter's a professor. Some of you will find, if not a guru, then a teacher. You might go off to college, university. I don't care how old you are. You might start learning from somebody, a guide, a mentor, a teacher. This is what Jupiter can bring you in a beautiful water flow to your sign. And this is going to be true for an entire year. I have a video that's already out on this. Go watch my video, All Signs for Jupiter in Cancer. It's a useful and important transit. Now, Jupiter's exalted, so he brings superpowers here, not just any old power, and Venus is in dignity. And the sextile, the broad sextile forming, doesn't ever perfect, but a sextile between them means legal contracts and agreements, negotiations and deals, courts and court matters go well for you. Judges favor you, legal matters favor you all through the month of June. So if you have to deal with legal situations, they're going to go well. This is the house of churches. Venus is in the house of marriage. You might go to some weddings, but you might also propose or be proposed to in a long-term relationship. Jupiter in your ninth house can mean expansive travel abroad with great joy and enthusiasm. And Mercury is a protector of travelers on the road. I like the month of June, especially after the 10th through to the end of the month with Mercury still there for travel. In fact, your best travel opportunity, if you want divine protection from Lord Mercury, is to travel abroad, if you're going to travel abroad between June the 10th and the 26th, when both Jupiter and Mercury are in your ninth house and you're divinely protected for foreign travel and foreign short adventures. You could get accepted at your favorite college, university, etc. as well during that same window of time I just said was travel time. Okay, so June the 9th through to the 26th. 9th, 10th to the 26th. And when I look at the next event in the sky, which is around June 9th, 10th, Venus gets into a very intense Pluto square. Now, Venus and Pluto in a square can be the power of love, the love of power, but it's also connected to home, property, land, and real estate. And Venus is in the house of legal vows and agreements. So one thing, it could be a major confrontation, power struggle between you and a long-term love partner over property, money for property, expenditures for property, that kind of thing. Or is it if you're single and you start a new relationship under this, you can meet like somebody who just transforms your life completely because there's such regeneration with Pluto and Venus. It's just like your whole world can like turn inside out and upside down. This could also be like a transformation, a relationship that transforms your wounds from your childhood. So yes, if you're up for major life transformation through love, intensity through love, then meeting somebody under this June 9th, 10th storyline is very powerful and not necessarily negative. June 11th, we have a full moon in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a part of your sky where you make money, earn money, save money. A full moon is a full light. So you're going to put a spotlight here. You planted a new moon, new seed, new beginning, new intentions back in November around how you handle your earnings, resources, and finances, or your food style. Did you know you put things in your nose and your mouth through that second house of the face? And therefore, ending, stopping, completing, finishing up the weed, the wine, the gluten, the Haagen-Dazs, whatever these things are not good for you, could come off of the full light, full moon in this part of your chart. Every full moon is also revealing of something. We see something in a light we haven't seen. So maybe the full moon at 20 degrees of Sag on June 11th, add 2 weeks, will help you see something about the money story in your life in a completely new light. And because it's trining Mars in the career house, it's seeing your money, earnings, resources in the light of work and career in a brand new way. You might be able to see more deeply your beliefs about money and wealth and resources and success that you never noticed before, and heal that chironic wound and the fire trine that's forming with your work. Because if you think work is duty and drudgery and you're kind of like colloquial, a slave to your work. Well, guess what? This fire trine is going to change everything. This full moon will open up new doors of understanding, clarity around work, money, job, Artha, and material prosperity. The revelations are supported here by Jupiter as well. I would say to you, you've got some kind of new angle on how to be successful in life coming off this full moon in work, career, and money matters. So look for that on June 11th. Look for 2 weeks after to get evidence of what this is truly about, and understand that a full moon will still take a full 6 months to complete itself and give you all of its goodies in the goodie bag of life. Jupiter will square Saturn. Yes, it will. And that's going to happen, about June the 10th through to the end of the month. It's pretty exact on the 15th, 14th, 13th of the month. This is a moon. This is a background static, like when you have the radio in your car, but you can't get a clear signal. The background noise of this square, which is really an economic square for the world. But in your life, it's kind of like you really have to come to terms with something. And it's not an easy It's not an easy thing to do. Jupiter, he wants you to go boldly forth and conquer your school, your higher education, your legal success stories, your book publishing deals, your dharmic alignment with purpose, your find your guru, get your spiritual creds. He's all like lit up in the ninth house, right? It's a luck house. It's a Lakshmi house. It's also a house of father. Money could come from a father figure. But as Jupiter's up here, he's squaring Saturn. He says, we have to be realistic. We got work to do in the workhouse. So the grind of the work might be taking a toll on the optimism of the ninth house all the month of June. Or maybe your obligations, duties, and responsibilities in your own work life are just not aligned with this kind of leap in the net will appear that Jupiter wants you to take on when it comes to matters ninth house, finding your purpose, leaning into the meaning of your life. And yeah, but I got to pay the bills. So you got to deal with that in the month of June. And a boss or an authority figure in your workplace could definitely have some influence on this as well. Saturn can be like the head of the division or some boss, and there's a little raining on your joy parade here for sure. And it doesn't last long, so hang in there, but it's a background static that intensifies mid-June, and it's there all the month of June from the 10th onward. When Saturn and Neptune are hovering beside each other, you're trying to make your dreams come true in health and work. You're trying to find the balance between sustainable health routines that are realistic for you, because you are improving your health this month. But how you do it, you have to find sustainable, well-paced ways, not dreamy pie in the sky ways. And you're really working to find that balance in health and work so that you're in a realistic measure to attain your goals and dreams in a sustainable, long-term strategy and long game way of doing it. The chironic wound about your work, your job, your career, something there, your health, is asking for healing. And I do want to mention that Mars trining that chironic wound is a big deal. And so, this could be literally a decision around June 11th, 12th, 13th to quit your job because life is too short or something like that. Or if you're lucky, a passionate amount of hard work that you've been endeavoring to accomplish mid-April till this moment, June 11th, pays off. And suddenly you get the recognition or success, the raise or the promotion in the work setting that heals this feeling of not being recognized, not being in the right place, not belonging to your work. That's definitely transforming at this time. Now, when we move into June the 12th, Venus and Mercury are in a collaboration that really does help you. And it's exact around the 12th. And you'll see Venus at 6 degrees of Taurus and Mercury at 7. So on the 12th and 13th. And maybe a little bit back even. Yeah. So on the 11th, 12th, and 13th, Venus and Mercury, you can go even the 10th, 11th, 12th. Venus and Mercury are going to offer up something here. Mercury's news. Venus is good. Your significant other has some good news. It could have to do with fertility. They're pregnant, or you're going to have a grandchild born to you, or there's an opportunity for foreign travel with a significant long-term partner, or your long-term partner has a really good legal outcome, or the legal negotiations land squarely in your favor and there's a contract on the table and you're so happy to sign it because it really is the right contract for you legally. All things are working out, book publishing deals included. Again, that window of time, June 10th to the 13th or 12th, is going to be luscious. We're coming into a square to a difficult square for the world between Mars and Uranus. Uranus is like shock or surprise, and Mars is combat. So yeah, we know the world's going to have a bit of a problem there. Let's hope it's not a black swan event or a false flag. But Mars is going to tell Uranus in this difficult conversation around the 12th to the 16th for you personally, it's time to make a change of some sort. in your career and reputation space, squaring Uranus in the marriage house, Uranus in the legal contracts house. This can be a shocking surprise as you fracture a contract or break a contract of some sort. This could be your marriage partner having a major shock or change in their work and their line of work, and nothing to do with you. And you're just watching it from the sidelines. The most difficult aspect here is that you might end up with a breakage in the relationship through some kind of conflict that comes through things you're doing in your career that perhaps your partner isn't so keen about. So there could be partner conflict, and you got some ambitious goals here, and there's this like shocking disagreement that occurs. Be careful for that energy. It's definitely in the sky around June 11th. A duck, be careful, because it's very short-lived, really. I mean, June the 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, and then it begins to leave. So I would be cautious around fractures in agreements in long-term love as much as I would be in my work and job situation. But there's a surprise element, so you may be not ready for it or seeing it coming. So I'm trying to give you a heads up, obviously. On June 15th, Jupiter will square Neptune. Jupiter is in the 9th house. So he's in a luck house anyway, and he's a luck god. So this is a good place for him to be. But Neptune is what confuses you, and Jupiter tells the truth. So now you have truth and clarity around matters to do with work and health connected to positive developments. This is really good for also clarity around work situations and travel opportunities and just knowing what you need to do. I mean, this is Jupiter square Neptune. It plays out for the entirety of the month, right? So you're going to be feeling this long-standing background feeling of trying to figure out what's true and real in the work and health matters of your life. On June the 19th to the 21st, Mars is sextiling Jupiter, and that's very positive. And that's because on the 17th of the month, on the 17th of the month, Mars has moved into the sign of Virgo. And because Mars is in Virgo for the first time in 2 years, and will be here for 6 weeks, he's able to help you dramatically succeed in your career gains. If you're passionate and you're working hard, you're going to make more money. But he also can help you pare away the friends and the social groups of belonging that do not fit you, the people who are not your friends leaving your life. And you may have a conflict with a sibling, one older than you, if you have an older sibling during this 6-week transit. But as this transit begins on June the 17th, you're going to notice that there's a conversation with Jupiter building up. Lucky breaks when it comes to your career gains, lucky breaks when it comes to book publishing, lucky breaks when it comes to foreign gurus and long distance travel, increasing your success in your career somehow, because Mars is in the house of the gains of your career and you want to actualize something here. And Jupiter says, I'll give you some luck. Human resources belong to the 9th house. So the human resources department loves you up and you get slotted into the position of a lifetime. So there's something like that going on, and you're going to feel positive about it. And it starts on June the 17th, and you're feeling it playing out until about June the 21st. Now, on June the 21st, the sun ingresses 20th actually into Cancer, and that's our summer solstice, hooks up with Jupiter, shines a light in the 9th house. Look, 9th house is kind of spiritual, right? So if you have not gotten a meditation practice, a spiritual life or anything, it's going to focus there. It's going to ask you to pay attention to your spiritual life. Otherwise, it's a Dharma house. Otherwise, it's a prosperity and luck house. Dharma, purpose, prosperity and luck. Jupiter, sun, father figures dispensing news and information about money that's good to you and loves you up, for example. Book publishing deals, getting a light in the house of higher education, getting accepted at your favorite school, getting great grades in university or college essays or something like that. A light on foreign travel, and you'll have it for a month. If you want to gallivant around the world, Mercury protects you. Jupiter says yes. The sun says spotlight anyone. It's really good for you to go off to foreign countries and have adventures anytime from the 3rd week of June to the 3rd week of July. Now, one of the things going on at this time is that Mars is also talking not only to Jupiter, but to the sun. So Mars is wanting to take action regarding your career because Jupiter is luck, but sun is the ruler of your career house. And so now actions and decisions are being taken to improve your stature in your career and work as necessary, and to realign your goals to put yourself in an alignment with deeper purpose. And you'll feel that impulse and urge happening in an easy and flowing way, June the 21st to the 25th or so. The new moon is happening on the 25th. It's one of the luckiest moons of the year. It's happening at 4 degrees of Cancer. A new moon is a fresh start and a new beginning. With Jupiter midwiving it into being, the 2 weeks that follow and the 6 months that follow are superior luck for anything to do with foreign land and travel, churches and religions and spiritual philosophy and synagogues, things to do with higher education, things to do with courts and legal matters favoring you. All said and done, this is a blessed lunation, and it's going to show you that it is truly lucky. Watch the 2 weeks that follow this moon. It will give you evidence of that, and will unfold over 6 whole months. It trines your Scorpio sun, your Scorpio moon, and your Scorpio rising. Obviously, 0 to 8 degrees, let's say, Scorpio sun, moon, and rising get the most intense benefits, but all Scorpios get this new beginning, fresh start, and you're going to enjoy the ride. Sure, it kind of squares Saturn. That just means that the gains you make and the goodness that happen are going to have lasting results and be realistic and sustainable, not flash in the pan. And Mars adds spice to it because he loves it up and says, new friends, new long-range goals and dreams, new momentum in your career gains. We got your back. And this moon brings you a lot of goodness. And don't forget, new moons involve the sun. And the sun is the ruler of your 10th house of career. It's an auspicious 6 months of career success in the 6 months after this moon. Scorpio sun, moon, and rising sign. Now, as we move to June the 26th, we'll notice that Mercury, the day after the moon, is in a perfect sextile to Uranus. Happy news, happy surprises, legal contracts, court cases, marriage partnership. Happy surprise to you. You can meet a new love in a foreign land, and Venus will connect in the first week of July with Uranus. Lucky, happy surprises of marriage, legal contracts, and your significant other having breakthroughs and happy surprises in their life too. Mercury crosses the sign boundary, 4th planet to change signs this month. Well, everyone's changing signs, but Venus, Jupiter, Mars, but Mercury changing signs here the second time. So we have a lot of sign boundary changes, right? So now Mercury will be here in Leo until September the 2nd. I know you're saying, what? He's retrograding here. So career opportunities from the past are going to emerge for sure. Information, news, and communications, contracts, and negotiations connected to past places of employment or past colleagues or past bosses will show up in July. But before the retrograde, just know that Mercury will be here for a long time, 3+ months. So now you're going to be doing a lot of communicating in your career, negotiating, standing in front of people with a microphone, being more visible and communicating or selling or marketing or being visible in the career space with your messages, with your information. You may be very, very busy when it comes to marketing, selling, communicating, and visibly busy in your career, just as a general principle. As Mercury steps into this new Leo zone, and all of that, he's also going to be coming into a trine to Saturn. This is indicating long-lasting gains in new developments in your career. You're going to start noticing that work and career are gelling, and you're feeling like new things are happening that are solid, and you can see yourself there over a timeline of at least 3 years. Yes, this is the direction for me. Yes, this is stable and enduring. Yes, this is moving in a flowing way. Hell yeah, I'm healing that chironic wound, especially as you get towards September, like late August into September. You know that you are done with a wounded work story for sure. And it will help with your prosperity coming off of the new moon, the full moon in Sag as well. And finally, we're going to finish up with the end of the month. You'll notice that Mercury, while he's doing this story, is opposite Pluto. And so from the 26th to the end of the month, there's power struggles in and from your home regarding career and work matters. I don't know. Pluto's in a broad square to Venus in your 7th house. So there may be a bit of a bumpy ride the last 4 days with someone you live with, especially long-term committed love partners, or a bumpy ride regarding contractual agreements with property rentals or property purchases or something like that in the last 4 days of June. But there's a breakthrough energy that sustains everything from Saturn. So Saturn kind of takes the intensity of that wedge, that opposition, creates a doorstopper wedge and says, we're going to solve it here in the sixth house. It looks like work stability triumphs domestic instability. The work situation is stronger than a domestic power struggle. So let it blow over. It'll be done by July 1st or 2nd. Okay. And by the time we get to July, the first 4 days of July, Venus hooks up, as I said, big surprises in your marriage, with your marriage partner, or a positive surprises when it comes to love coming through the first week of July for you. Thanks for listening, Scorpios. I do think you guys are fantastic. One of my followers said that I have an attitude about Scorpio. I love Scorpios. My son's a Scorpio. I love my son. One of my best friends is a Scorpio. You guys are fantastic. Never had a grudge against a Scorpio, just so you know. Love the still waters run deep. I love the mystery and the inner stillness and the magic and the creativity of Scorpios. Thanks for listening and intuition. I'll see you guys on the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, come study Sky Reader with me. I'd love to have you in class. Come and do buy the 2025 All Signs bundle. Thank you guys. Why not? It's half price. Bye-bye.